Okay, now we get to the fun part. We're going to find the stitch that's in the front middle of our Princess Leia, and let's just go ahead and put a stitch marker there. Then we're going to count back 6 stitches, and we're going to put another stitch marker in. So if this is our center stitch right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put another stitch marker right here. Now we're going to pick up the loop that we've left with our crochet hook, and we're going to stitch in the back loop only. So if you come in between the V stitch like I showed you before, that is wrong. We're going to come back out and pick up just the back loop of that V stitch. We're going to stitch in that back loop only until we get over to our stitch marker. And then we'll work a 3 double crochet bob in each of the next 4 stitches. To make a 3 double crochet bob, I'm going to go very slowly, and this is going to create the feet. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to insert into the next stitch, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through 2 loops. Then you're going to yarn over, go back into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. I'm going to do it one more time. Yarn over, go through the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 stitches. You should have 4 stitches on your hook. Yarn over one more time in the same stitch and pull through all of the stitches. And it just creates this nice little foot right here. We're going to do that 3 more times. So we wrap, go into the next stitch, pull out, wrap and pull through 2, wrap, go into the stitch, wrap, pull out, pull through 2, wrap, go into the same stitch, wrap, pull through 2, you should have 4 on your hook, go wrap, go back into the same stitch, and this time you pull through everything, all of the stitches on your hook. We're going to do that 2 more times still, so we'll have lots of practice. So you wrap, go into the next stitch, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, go into the same stitch, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, go into the same stitch, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, go into the same stitch, and pull through all of them. Do it another time in the next stitch, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, go into the same stitch, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, go into the same stitch, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, go into the same stitch, pull through all. So it just gives us a real bumpy area here for her foot. Then we're going to single crochet in 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and and we're going to repeat that process, and hopefully our paper clip, see, our paper clip actually, or our stitch marker should be about in the center. And since this does not look like the next foot will be centered, I'm going to pull back 1 or 2, and we're going to start the process with having just single crocheted 3. So again, I'm never quite sure with her patterns, but let's repeat. I want to do 3 bobble crochets or double crochet bobbles here. I want to do that 4 times, and then I want to just single crochet 3, and we'll do in the next 4 we'll do 3 double crochet bobbles. So we'll wrap, insert, bring it out, come through 2, wrap, insert in the same stitch, come out, bring it through 2, wrap, go into the same stitch, come through 2, wrap, go back in the same stitch, and this time we'll pull through all of them. We'll do the same thing in the next stitch. There's 1, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, go into the same stitch, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, go into the same stitch, wrap, pull through 2, last one, wrap, go through the same stitch and pull through all. So that's 2 of them. We want to do the next stitch, wrap, go through 2, wrap, go through 2, one more, wrap, go through 2, then wrap and go through everything, all in the same stitch. We've got 1 more stitch, wrap, go through 2, wrap, go through 2, wrap, go through 2, last one in the same stitch, wrap, go through everything. Then we're going to single crochet around to our original stitch marker. So if we come back to the front, we have Princess Leia's feet at the bottom of her dress with her eyes right to the center. The center of her eyes is where we put that first stitch marker. And remember, we only did 3 single crochets here. The pattern calls for 5, but if you do 5, you're going to be off center. To sew Princess Leia's mouth, we're going to take a crochet needle. And I want to put a pretty long tail on here because I'm going to tuck it in at the end. You can look at her book for placement, but her book says to stitch a red line, a straight red line. So I'm going to come in between her eyes, and I'm going to go across all 4 stitches that I'm going to use for her mouth, for that top lip. I'm just going to pull it through like this and leave my tail on this other side, and then I'm going to back stitch so that I have this nice red line through here. You can easily split the yarn to do this. And the book suggests making that top line straight across, just like that. And I like the back stitch because it just kind of comes in as a line and just covers all of the white yarn in there. And then coming, see where it comes out, I'm going to come right underneath that. I'm going to do a shorter line for her bottom lip. And again, yarn is very forgiving, so you can just kind of push things around until it looks the way you want it to look. And I'm just going to take the tail through the inside and come out her dress opening. Now I have kind of fat yarn here, so if you have some thinner red yarn, that would probably be good. Go ahead and cut a long tail on this side so that we can hide that inside her dress as well. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and use more of our stuffing and finish stuffing the head and body as firmly as we can as we do round 28, 29, and 30. So grab your stuffing and go ahead and stuff more up inside her head and her body, making sure that your feet stay upright. And we'll keep stuffing as we stitch our last few rounds before we go on to the hair. But right now, that's as full as I want to get mine as I continue working around for round 28. We're going to start closing things up now. So we want to do 2 single crochets together. So we're going to insert, wrap, come into the next one, insert, wrap, and pull through all 3, and that closes that up and makes it 1 stitch. Then a single crochet in the next, and then we'll close up again. We're going to do that all the way around to our marker. Remember, it's in brackets, so we repeat that process. Again, we're going to do the same thing for the next round, because again, we're still closing up our gap, our opening here at the bottom. See how nicely that's closing up the bottom of her dress. And if you don't feel like your stuffing is in the right spot, you can get something a little bit longer or use your crochet hook to kind of push into her neck or further into her head, whatever looks right for you. And now we're going to just single crochet around, or I'm sorry, we're going to single crochet 2 together all the way back around to our stitch marker, and then we're going to finish off her dress. It's kind of difficult, so be patient with yourself. Just tighten that up the best that you can. It's going to be on the bottom, so it's not going to be noticeable. When your princess stands up, the most important thing is that you want it nice and tight so that the stuffing doesn't come out if little hands are playing with it. Okay, I think that's nice and closed up. I'm going to pull through that last one as a finish off. Kind of tuck everything to the inside. I'm going to pull a nice long tail and cut it, and we'll just pull it right on through to make a nice tight knot. Go ahead and take the end through our needle, and I'm just going to see how I have this little loop right here. You can kind of see that. That's a tail from one of the other pieces we cut. So I'm just going to work that back in, and I'm going to stitch right over the top of that so it doesn't come out again. And all I'm doing again is just making sure that the bottom of Princess Leia's dress is nice and closed off and flat. In fact, if that last round was too difficult for you, you could actually stop, finish off your yarn, and just stitch this closed. Because just because the pattern says one thing, you can alter the pattern. You don't have to follow exactly. If something looks a little bit better to you in a different way, go ahead and do it. Experiment. Just like the pattern said to go 5 stitches in between the feet. By looking at that, we knew that wasn't going to be right, so we altered it. So feel free to make those changes if you need to. I've got it nice and tight here. I'm just going to go ahead and weave this back in. Tuck it to the inside. Pull it through so I can cut it off tight. Find an opening in here through my stuffing. Once I pull it tight and cut it, it's gonna naturally go back inside the body. I'm going to take the stitch marker out as well. And again, just move things around as you need to. Use your crochet hook to go in inside and push your stuffing where you want it. To get her dress in the way that you need for it to be so that she'll stand up.